Hey everyone, remember this epic action scene and how we went Bram-tastic on it? Well, today I scored it again, and I took a slightly different approach. My name is Luis, as this is same scene, different score. Let's go! So, given that today we released a brand new entry of our Mosaic series of instruments, Mosaic Leads, I thought it'd be nice to see how such a wildly different instrument could help me score this action cue by my dear friend Mayar Nori. Follow him, won't ya? Turns out, there's a lot of fun stuff that you can do with Mosaic Leads, not only exploring different genres like electronic music, also this genre of music we lovingly call Blade Runner music, but with this flexible and powerful instrument, you can easily craft big, emotional, gnarly signature sounds and arpeggios, which is what I centered the score around. Whereas the first chords center around heavy-hitting guitars and orchestra, this time around I went way more melodic, which allowed me to take a different approach to the dramatic arc of the scene. So, here it is. Same scene, different score. So here's the session. As you can see, everything that's in red is what I use for Mosaic Leads. I have a bunch of different presets, and then I added some Novo DM307 and some Damage 2, a little bit of gravity hidden over there. But I wanted to talk first about the big signature sound, which I wanted it to be like a very gnarly synth lead, using like that big lead energy. For that, I layered two different presets, which sound like this. It's a combination of slow, low tube death, which gives us pace and the big kind of like reverb to it. Has a little crunch too, using Punished Light. And then Smash Electric for the higher sound, gritty and like a little hair. Together, I used this in the first scene in which he's taking action. So this signature sound that's rising, it's down, wow. It's kind of like this guy going to do his thing. It happens again in this section, in which I layered two more synths just to make it bigger. That last one that's like very high, very epic. And a little pitch bend, because as we all know, a little bit of pitch bend goes a whole lot away. You don't want to overdo it. Or do you? Alright. So the next thing that I did with Mosaic Leads was work with arpeggios to do a counter motif. So basically we have this guy on a mission going to hack the system, but he's also anxious about it. So that's what I used arpeggios, not only to drive rhythm forward, but also to create this downward spiral of anxiety. With a little filter that's opening up, using the mod wheel. Comes back down. That's the first time we introduce this motif. And then the next time, it's when we're going up the stairs. If you remember the previous episode, this is where I started building up the rhythm, building up excitement. Here, I actually bring it down and just kind of like create a vacuum that goes against the upward motion of the stairways. And this is what the arpeggios are doing now. And if you hear the whole orchestration, you'll quickly grasp the difference in emotion that I tried to go for. Instead of like bringing it forward, you're sort of like inside the character's anxiety. And that swell goes back to high gear, the same was in the previous one. So the powerful Mosaic engine allows you to really do a lot of stuff, and there's just a lot of presets that have so many utilitarian, but also very cool inspirational sounds. So at the beginning, we have basically what's a very calm, subdued sort of drone. Setting up the mood, nothing much is happening. Then we also have the sweep, because it just sounds super cool. And there's a really cool preset called Basic Grinder, which I converted to an arpeggiator to go underneath the other arpeggiators. The last thing I added was adding some strings, some damage 2, some gravity, and some DM307 to flesh out the score. So the strings at the beginning are just swelling in, but what I really like is the interplay between the gnarly arpeggiated ostinato and like the epic novo spiccatos. Let's put a little bit of those. The percussion and the DM307. Adding everything else. And then the strings join the big synth energy just to make it big and cinematic. So it's not only purely electronic, and then it's just like everything's coming together. So that basically that sounds like this. And boom, there you have it. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this new take on the same scene. Be sure to follow Mayar Nuri for more of his work. Be sure to check out more of her stuff. Heavyocity.com for videos, tutorials, demos, and all that good stuff. See you around.